No one knows who you are. Pick one. Not just any person, not a coincidence, not a lost item. You were picked. Your existence has been processed like a project, almost coded into destiny. You are not someone to be wasted on so easily. They lied to you, tried to make you forget, and wanted you to see yourself as ordinary, but the real power within you is awakening. This world does not understand you because you do not belong to it. Your codes were written differently. Your soul was downloaded here from another dimension, and now your time has come. Are there difficulties or obstacles? These are signs that you are special. If you were ordinary, you would not face so much pressure. But know this, they cannot stop you. You are part of a reality bigger than any government project. Those who try to intimidate or control you will lose because the power within you is now awakened and there is no going back. Take the first step to reveal this power by writing 77 in the comments. Get ready, because the world is not yet ready to see your true power. When they thought their words would silence you, they unknowingly set the stage for their own defeat. Their attempts to bring you down will be the cause of their unraveling. This is not a result of fate or chance, but rather a result of divine intervention. The universe has risen to transform every false accusation and malicious whisper into forces that will ultimately lead to their downfall. Hold on, because what's coming is a change of luck. Those who tried to dim your light will now be the ones who bring it down. The time for your undeniable success is coming. The laws of truth and justice are unwavering. As it is written, those who plan in darkness will fail miserably. This will not be a slow unraveling, but an instant and overwhelming defeat. Their lies, which were once hidden, will be brought to light, and everything they've built will fall apart under the scrutiny of truth. Not only will truth uncover their lies, but it will also destroy their entire credibility. Watch as their foundation falls apart and their web of lies unravels. This will prove that you are stronger when you don't fight back, but when you stand firm in the face of hardship. What was meant to bring you down will only lift you higher. Every attempt to break your spirit will show how strong you are. Their attacks and negativity have become a launching pad for your rise, strengthening your position and amplifying your truth. It's not through fighting that you will emerge victorious, but because their own actions have brought them to their end. The lies they told will have to pay off, and they will fall because of what they did. People who try to destroy what is right often end up killing themselves. For example, we can look at the story of Herod, whose desire to destroy his enemies led to his own destruction. His plans backfired spectacularly, and he died by his own hands. Similarly, those who tried to hide the truth and get rid of divine power often ended up making it stronger. For example, the Pharisees thought they could silence Jesus by crucifixing him, but what they did fulfilled divine prophecy and solidified his legacy. What is meant to be can never be fought against. In the end, truth and purpose will always be there. Now is the time to share the divine love that you feel so strongly. You can help spread God's gifts by clicking the Super Thanks button on YouTube and giving $20 or more. This divine gift will affect not only your life, but also the souls of many people through this platform. Each of you has a special place in God's plan, and your kindness will be the answer to our prayers. Now distribute your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for it is within His loving hands that you can achieve even greater feats. May God bless you. People who try to hurt others by telling lies will eventually have the truth come back to haunt them. When you stay true to your purpose, you make their words useless. The serpent's tongue can only work as long as it stays hidden, but when it's seen, it loses its power like smoke in the wind. The truth will always win, and lies will never change. what is divinely planned. They meticulously craft their plans to gradually wear you down. These people want to ruin your life and destroy your faith in your purpose and divine path. However, be aware that their plan will ultimately fail due to your unwavering commitment to your mission. When you face the truth, their lies fall apart, and their distractions can't weaken your resolve. The signs of their attack are evident. Just as you're about to make progress, unexpected problems and conflicts arise, and distractions attempt to divert your focus from your objective. These aren't accidents, they're planned interruptions meant to waste your time and energy fixing the problems they've caused instead of letting you move forward. Because the mind is a good place to plant lies, lies persist. The truth, on the other hand, stands up to every challenge by saying, "I am not bound by how other people see me. You are already." Victorious falsehoods are powerful only when they prey on the doubts of others. Lies thrive in an environment of insecurity where they latch on to the fear of being seen as different or standing alone, yet truth remains unshaken and its foundation solid no matter the winds that try to topple it. My friend, life is like a mighty oak tree, standing tall in the storm. The winds may rage, the rain may fall, and the sky may darken, but that tree doesn't break. Why? Because its roots run deep, its foundation is strong. And just like that tree, you were made to stand firm. You were not placed here to be shaken by every passing storm, by the voices of doubt, or by the attacks of those who don't understand your calling. No, you were placed here to rise, to endure, and to walk in the fullness of what God has spoken over your life. Let me tell you something. The attacks you face are not just about where you are right now. No, they are about where you are going. The enemy doesn't come after something that has no value. Why would the forces of deception bother with you if you weren't carrying something strong or holy? The enemy always fights harder when they know they're losing, and I can tell you that they're losing in your life. The lies, the soft sayings. The opposition consists of elements that attempt to divert your focus from your destiny. Fear, insecurity, and doubt are what deception feeds on. It bends the truth to take advantage of people's weaknesses, hoping that if it shouts loud enough, you'll start to believe it. But listen, the truth will not bend. No matter how long the night seems, the truth is like the sun in the morning. Dawn is always coming. Lies may seem strong at the time, but they are weak illusions that can't stand when the light of truth shines on them. Here's the wonderful thing. Your stability, toughness, and refusal to give up allow you to see the lies for what they are. You don't need to engage in constant conflict. There's no need to defend yourself against every lie. It's like when a farmer plants a seed. They don't have to fight the darkness of the soil or argue with the dirt because they know what's inside the seed will push through. My friend, the truth and purpose in you will rise over anything trying to hold you down. There are people who don't understand you, who misunderstand your motives, who twist your words, and who try to diminish your calling. But let me remind you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, not one. The word doesn't say the weapons won't form, it says they won't. Prosper means that even though attacks may come, they won't succeed, they won't break you, and they won't stop the purpose that has already been set in motion in your life. The people who spread lies, gossip, and try to bring you down may think they're winning, but what they don't realize is that every falsehood, attack, and scheme only strengthens your testimony, preparing you for the greater things that are ahead. God doesn't waste a battle. Build up your faith and roots so that when the storm passes, which it will, you'll still be standing, and not just standing, but thriving. So let them talk and make plans. Let them try to shake you. You don't need to defend yourself because truth defends itself, just like the morning sun doesn't need to prove itself to the darkness, or a seed doesn't need to tell the dirt what it will become. Your destiny will unfold naturally. One day, those who have spoken against you, those who have doubted you, and those who have attempted to stop you will have to step back and acknowledge the magnitude of what the Lord has accomplished. A river doesn't ask permission to flow. It doesn't stop because of a rock in its path. It doesn't turn around because someone thinks it shouldn't be there. No, it keeps moving forward. It finds a way. It carves through mountains, breaks through barriers, and shapes the very landscape it moves through. And just like that river, you were made to keep flowing. The obstacles in your path aren't stopping you. They are shaping you. They are refining you, proving the power of the one who has called you forward. And here's what I know: the unmistakable proof of your divine vindication is coming, not in the form of arguments won or battles fought, but in the form of undeniable favor. What was meant to hold you back is going to launch you forward. What was spoken against you will turn into the very testimony that sets you apart. People may have counted you out. They may have thought that could bury you in doubt, in gossip, in obstacles designed to wear you down. But what they didn't realize is that you are like a seed planted, not buried, and a seed in the right soil, under the right conditions, doesn't stay hidden forever. No, it grows, it pushes through, it breaks the surface and reaches for the light. And that is exactly what is happening in your life right now. Doors are opening, opportunities are arising in places where there seemed to be no way. Relationships that felt strained will be healed. Strength will return, not just restored, but reinforced, unshakable. You won't just make it through, you'll come out stronger, wiser, and more favored than before. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you. Today I'm here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that big oak tree, our roots go deep into God's worldwide love. Truth. His strength backs up every move we make and every stand we take, and now you are being offered. If you click the Super Thanks button and donate $100, you will have the opportunity to participate in that gift. This action will come back to you 100 times over. When God puts His hand on your life, it doesn't matter what other people have said or done to hurt you. His gifts don't need approval from anyone else, and your success doesn't need validation from those who tried to bring you down. The proof will be your success and your rise. Some people thought they could write the ending of your story, but they forgot that they didn't have the pen. They tried to shut you up, but now they'll have to watch you stand up and listen to me. Because we don't fight battles like the rest of the world. Their silence won't be in response to your reply. Rather, their silence will arise from the fact that truth consistently asserts itself. Those who built their case against you on lies will see their own words unravel. As darkness can't stand the sun, their secret projects will be revealed in the light. It won't be because you fought for it. It will be the natural result of their choices. The plans of those who worked against you were never strong enough to stop what God had already planned. And the best part is, my friend, you don't even have to think about them. You don't need to worry about establishing the truth. You don't have to convince anyone of who you are. Your life, journey, and strength will be self-evident. Your ability to stand firm in the face of adversity will be your testimony. Life is like a great eagle soaring through the sky. An eagle doesn't waste its time chasing after small birds that try to peck at it. It doesn't flap around trying to fight off every little distraction. No, it spreads its wings and rises higher. It catches the wind and soars where the smaller birds cannot follow. That's you. You were made to soar. You were never meant to stay on the ground, pecking around with those who have no vision, no faith, no understanding of what God is doing in your life. And just like that eagle, you are rising. It's like a runner in a race. When an opponent tries to distract them to throw them off course, what does the runner do? They don't stop to argue. They don't look to the side and lose focus. No, they keep their eyes on the finish line. They press forward. They run their race. And that is exactly what you are doing, you see. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't a threat. You've been through a lot of challenging times and been up against strong opponents. It's not because you're weak, it's because your destiny is too big to be ignored. Attackers have targeted you because you carry a powerful, holy, and non-normal force. But there's good news. What God has blessed, no one can curse, and no force of darkness can derail it. Think about a tree in the middle of a storm. The branches sway, but the roots stay strong. Because of this, you are not just surviving, you are growing. Distractions, lies, and naysayers are just noise, and noise can't stop you. Destiny opinions can't change what God has said about your life. The enemy wants you to look back and second guess, which will get you off track. But remember, friend, you are on a path already cleared. You don't need to struggle for what is already yours, as the evidence will validate it. Success, breakthrough, and restoration are coming because you were faithful. You didn't give up when others did. You kept believing when it would have been easier to do so. You stayed in the race when others dropped out, and when your breakthrough comes, the people who doubted you, gossiped about you, and tried to stop you will have to sit back and watch you rise. But here's the best part. You won't have to brag. Instead, success, favor, and divine blessing will be the loudest testimony of all. You embody the qualities of purified, strengthened, and unstoppable gold in the fire. No, my friend, gold doesn't start out shining or ready to wear. It has to go through the fire, be purified, refined, and melted down, so that every flaw, impurity, and thing that doesn't belong is burnt away. And do you know what happens after that? It gets stronger, shines brighter, and steps into its full value. You have been through the fire, tested, pushed, and challenged, but hear me out today. That fire wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. It was meant to burn away the doubt, the fear, and the voices that told you you weren't worthy enough. It was meant to get you ready for the place God has already set aside for you. That's why I want to remind you of Joseph. His brothers, who should have loved him and protected him, threw him into a pit, betrayed him, sold him into slavery, and tried to erase him from the story. But what they didn't realize was that the pit was just part of the plan. What they meant to hurt him, God used for good. They repeatedly tried Joseph on false charges. Despite spending years in prison, Joseph never lost his identity. And when the time came, when the testing season was over, Joseph didn't just rise, he ruled. He did the very thing that had been promised to him. And here's the part I love. The brothers who threw them into the pit had to come to them for help. They had to watch as the person they tried to kill was raised up by God. That's how God works. Pay attention to me. You might have experienced some challenging times in your life. People may have written you off, lied about you, turned their backs on you, or said they'll never make it, but they don't get to write your story or have the final say. What they meant to break you, God is using to build you. God is transforming what they believed would silence you into a testimony that will resonate globally. The people who doubted you, wrote you off, or spoke against you will have to stand back and watch as you step into the blessing, favor, and purpose that has always been meant for you. And let me tell you something. You won't even have to fight. You won't have to get even. You'll just have to stay faithful, keep walking forward, trust, and believe at the right time. Things are going well in your life. You don't need to fight. God will do the work for you. Every fight you don't have to fight, and every charge you don't have to deal with wastes your time. Sometimes people misinterpret you, but if you keep walking and standing, they'll see who you are and what God is doing in your life. When you enter that season of blessing, when the doors open, the opportunities come up, and the favor starts flowing, you won't even have to say a word. Success will be your response, blessings will be your testimony, and favors will be your proof. What was meant to hurt you will become your greatest setup, so keep your head up and keep moving forward. Your time in prison or the pit isn't permanent. You're about to enter a time of restoration, promotion, and victory. That will force even your opponents to see God's goodness in your life. That's the power of divine favor. If God is in your life, people will talk, doubt, and say whatever they want. It won't change what will happen or what has already been written about you in heaven. You're entering a time when doors will open that no one can shut. Opportunities will come your way that you didn't even ask for, and people will suddenly see what was inside you the whole time. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube. With a donation of $100 or more, you can help him carry out his plan and be a part of this divine mission. Every gift shows how generous God is, and I believe it will return to you many times over, far beyond your expectations. Remember that his protection and blessing are with you every step of the way. With every donation, you become a part of his divine plan, and you are a strong, radiant being who can't be shaken. Rock. See God's miracles, feel the good things that come from being kind, and light up the world with your confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the Lord's light guide your way. When you stand in that place of blessing and think back on the battles you fought, you'll realize that every storm, setback, and struggle was worth it, because it wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to make you. It wasn't meant to delay you, but to prepare you. Continue to soar, my friend. Persist in your journey, steadfastly cling to the truth. The end isn't merely in front of you, it's already within reach. You're not just surviving this season, you're thriving. What seemed like a setback was actually a preparation for something bigger. What felt like rejection was actually divine rerouting. And when people see you now, when they see the favor in your life, they will have no choice but to admit that something greater was at work, that you weren't just lucky, that you weren't just determined, that you were covered, that you were chosen, that you were being led every step of the way. So, my friend, hold your head high and walk forward with confidence. The path before you is clear. The things that were in your way are being taken away. The voices that tried to stop you are becoming less clear. But one thing remains a fact: no attack, no lie. The plots against you have failed, and now it's your turn to rise. In times of trouble, you find unexpected blessings, your spiritual growth strengthens, and your strength becomes unbreakable. You can't deny that you are connected to a higher power. These hard times are making you stronger and more likable, and they're shaping you into someone with a great story. This journey will serve as an example for others of how to be strong in the face of hardship and find greater meaning. You are on the right path, and you will win. Stand firm in your truth and let your life be a shining example of how faith and purpose can change things. Your journey will show others that no matter what challenges they face, those who stay true to their mission will always win.